Somehow I started out in the key of C and ended up in the key of G. I don't know. They're pretty close together. Guys, I'm trying so hard to get back into being motivated to do a YouTube video every couple days. It just got busy, man. I know we all sound like broken records. Just it's so busy, so busy, so busy. Well, man, we've been working our asses off to get to this point. So we're thrilled that we're working so much and all different things, man. It's so fun to be a part of different things. I always say that you guys probably know this with your jobs and your careers and everything that you do. You know, to me, I've found that there's a big difference between being burned out and exhausted. I stay exhausted, but I'm not burned out. I still want to play music. I still want to pick up the guitar. I want to go on Monday nights and play with the trio like we did last night. Had a killer crowd. Every Monday, these crowds are amazing, and we get people from all around the world. It's really wild. Nashville is just such a great guitar destination and such a great destination these days. But you know, we stay exhausted because we're working all the time, and I'm putting energy into all the things that we're cultivating, the education stuff, the live gigs, the touring, the records. You know, there's a little rumor going around that me and Jed and Uncle Larry might make a record or do some recording. There's a trio record coming. There's a live trio record coming with video footage. There's just the big immersion experience that we want to do is coming. We just got to get organized, and we don't want to half-ass anything, man. We want to make sure that this stuff is done in a way that holds up to our level of taste and integrity, and we want to do that for you guys, man. This is not really about us or about me or about my guitar playing. It's about just sharing what I've experienced in my crazy life navigating around the globe with this thing right here, man. This Telecasting from East Nashville, Tennessee. Your old pal, GT. Anyway, man, it's starting to get nice here. The weather's getting beautiful. Time to get the sweaters and hoodies and all the cool hats and shit out again. And but guys, I wanted to explain something to you here in this video, and I hope you dig this. I know that was kind of a long intro, but I was getting into playing. I finally had to change strings on my guitar for the first time. I don't change these strings unless I absolutely have to. They have to be playing out of tune or have some real serious divots in the strings before I change them. And so last night I changed them before the gig, and man, I've been loving playing. You know me, man. I'm a one-trick Johnny. I got this guitar, and I love it. And I play through the old Pro Reverb with a couple pedals, and man, to me, it gets me there. It's loud and proud, and I love it. So, but I do want to share something with you here before I get off on too many tangents. Oh, well, first of all, this is sitting right in front of me. I might as well just go ahead and share that again. It's the In Stereo Collector's Edition CD that you can see here. Very nice, new custom artwork. There's a bonus track on there. They're hand signed. The ones you'll get on order, they're hand signed. We got them all done, and those are ready to go. So there's that. Something fun for you. So what I wanted to explain to you is the CAGED system. And as you guys know, I'm a huge advocate for what they are actually talking about, the sheer fundamentals of the way the guitar is tuned, the chord shapes up the fingerboard. You know, this is what connects everything together. Without these chords, we don't have a constellation or a roadmap to be able to base anything on or build anything on. So the CAGED system, what they're trying to say in this slick little word, caged. Well, first of all, here's the thing, guys. Caged only spells caged in the key of C, because that's your C shape, that's your A shape, because A is here, and to make an A chord, if there was another nut there, I'd have to play it like this. So if I go A, then I have to bar this. That's B flat, that's B, that's C. So if my C open C chord is here, then that's the A shape. I'm just taking this triad and playing it on those strings. Look, those are all the same notes. So every one of these chord shapes contains the exact same notes. There's duplicates of all these chords. Like that's an E, that's a C, that's a G, that's an E, that's a C, that's a G. If I go up to this shape, that's a G, that's a E, that's a C, that's a G, that's a C, that's a G. So it's all the same notes. So caged only spells caged cleverly in the key of C. If I'm starting on E, if I'm in the key of E, then it doesn't spell caged. But if I loop the word, I want you guys to do this. Please do this. And I don't have a piece of paper next to me here. I guess I could use the Dennis Quaid poster. But here's the thing. If you take a piece of paper and write the word caged back to back, not separately, but all together, just like you're writing the alphabet, right? Caged, 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 caged. Write it like 3 or 4 times, right? Every letter that you start on, that pattern's gonna be the same. If you start on E to E, the pattern's gonna be the same. I hope that makes sense. What I mean by that is if I start on E, my next chord is gonna be the D shape. My next chord is gonna be the C shape. My next chord shape for the key of E is gonna be the A shape. Next chord shape for the key of E is going to be the G shape, and then ultimately back up to the 12th fret, square one. That's going to be the E shape. If I start on the G shape, the key of G, E shaped G chord, D shaped G chord, because if that's my D, that's the D. But I got to bar this because if I play a D, I've got the open string. So these open chords are only in those shapes right here, because there's your nut. That's the end. Those are open strings. This nut's doing the job of your first finger when you bar up. So that is how the CAGED system is working. It has nothing to do with the A shape in the key of C. It has nothing to do with A, other than the shape of this open A chord. I really hope that makes sense, because I think a lot of people are getting confused by, you're saying these other names and other letters in the same key. Okay, here's the thing. If I'm in the key of D, that's going to be the D, the C shape. This is all D. It's all the key of D. D chord, A shaped D chord, G shaped D chord, E shaped D chord, D shaped D chord. Okay, but if I'm playing, so there's the chords, the key that you're in, C all the way up to neck. But then if I take an E shape and I go up chromatically with just the shape, then I'm changing chords, changing keys as I go up. So if this is E, if I move that E up a half step, that's F. Now the E shape up another half step, that's F sharp. That's G, that's G sharp, that's A, that's B. So I hope that's making sense. But it's just the chord inversions. And so when you see this in every key, that like, okay, well my A shape D is right here. Well, that that means my A chord is right there. And I know my G is in the D shape right there. And that's when that's just a triad, right? I'm just going, let's go to the next triad. Here's the A shape D. That's just a triad. That's D to G, D to A, because you're right there and it makes sense. And you're not jumping around from a big C chord down here. You've got more options, so that the harmonies and the lines and everything, the patterns and the rhythm things and the triads, it all gets closer together, so that the melodies and everything start making more sense, because you're not jumping to the only chord you know. You're keeping all the triads close together. Like if I go to C, let's go to the E-shaped C chord. Here's my C, here's my F, the 4, here's my 5, G, here's my C, right? So if I go in this middle triad, go to the top one. Put something else in there, maybe go to this middle one. Oh shit. That's a drastic, horrible example, because I played a lot of wrong notes, but that's the idea. Once you get into that, then the guitar starts opening up. You're starting to see, how, the 1 to the 4, 1 to 1, 5. It starts making sense. And so I want to leave you with that. I was going to get into a bunch of other stuff, but I'm going to leave you with that. Just I want to explain how the CAGED system works, and it's not anything complicated. It's just that once you learn these chord shapes up the fingerboard in the proper hand position, that is crucial, because if I'm playing out of the G shape and I'm sliding up here and I don't know what shape I'm in or what chord it's around, you got to build that muscle memory. You got to know where these shapes are, because the chords are directly related to everything that you want to be able to do on the lead guitar. It's all the same. The chord, the arpeggio, the pentatonic, the major scale. And then, once you start getting this stuff under your fingers, it's going to help you. So please, please, please check that out. This is not any kind of long video or anything. It's just a little something to throw at you there, but I want to really try to explain the CAGED system in a way that makes sense. It's not going anywhere. It's not new. It's just the way the guitar's tuned, since it's been tuned like this the very first time. And so please get into that, because that is the way to open up the fingerboard and not get lost. And just little things. Don't forget to tune up. Don't forget about the tonal center. It's getting ready to be cold outside. Make sure your guitar's set up for winter and it's not buzzing not down on the right on the frets, because they dry out, right? So there's all these things to just be conscious of. Don't play too hard. Try to make a nice sound with the guitar. Try to have some fun. Don't forget your tonal center. You know, practice with a purpose. Have some fun, and you know, just have fun with it. But look, check the links below. Check out the Bukovac Trapp, the Buko Trapp Collector's Edition. Sounds like like I'm selling a vacuum cleaner. Collector's Edition in stereo. We've only got 1,000 of them, and I think there's a couple hundred left. Get one of these. They make great stocking stuffers. Holidays, Christmas is right around the corner. But anyway, guys, enough blabber. I will see you guys real soon, and I'm getting back in it, man. I'm gonna be back on YouTube with some great guitar stuff. Check out the links below. Book a private lesson. Book an immersion experience. I just did one yesterday with an awesome guy from Chicago. We had a blast, and had some fun bopping around town and dug into some serious guitar stuff. So check all the links below. Join the mailing list. We love creating those things for you, and just see you guys down the road real soon. All right, take care. Bye.